You ever just stop texting her first, just to see if she'll reach out? And then, silence. No hey, no emoji, not even a like on your story. At first, you brush it off, you tell yourself she's probably busy, but deep down, it stings. And here's the thing, she doesn't block you, she doesn't say goodbye, she just fades, slowly. One less call, one more delayed reply. And then nothing. So now you're stuck replaying everything in your head. Did I come on too strong? Was I too available? You start shrinking inside, not because you said too much, but because she said nothing at all. But what if I told you that her silence had less to do with what you said and more to do with your energy? Because when you chase, it tells a story about your confidence, your boundaries, your worth. And the second you stop chasing and start becoming, that's when they come back, not out of pity, but because something in you changed. It's time to flip the script. In today's video, we're re-diving deep into why women pull away when you chase and why they often come back only when you stop. We'll break down 4 powerful insights that shift your mindset, your energy, and your results. So stay with me, because by the end, you won't just understand her better, you'll understand yourself. Number 1, you gave her too much, too fast. When you give too much of yourself too soon, your time, your words, your energy, it might feel like love to you. But to them, it can feel like pressure. That's not romantic, it's a warning sign. Think about that time you met someone new and felt an instant spark. You texted first, planned the dates, paid for everything, stayed up late just to talk. You kept showing up. But slowly they stopped matching your energy. They took longer to reply. Plans became maybes. And that warm connection, it started to feel cold, like you were giving, and they were just receiving. There was a guy named Eli. He met a girl through mutual friends, and they hit it off fast. She laughed at his jokes, liked his photos, and even said, "You're really sweet." That one line stuck in his head. So Eli gave more. He texted her every morning, "Hope you have a great day." He sent her food when she said she was tired. He even drove across town to see her even when she barely responded. One day she replied late with a dry, "Thanks." No emoji, no warmth. But he didn't stop. He told himself, "She's probably just busy. I'll keep being consistent, she'll see I care." But the more he chased, the more distant she became. Eventually, she stopped replying at all. That is when it hit him. All the effort in the world doesn't matter if it is not mutual. And sometimes giving too much doesn't bring someone closer. It pushes them away. Eli realized something deeper. He wasn't giving out of love. He was giving out of fear. Fear of losing her, fear of being alone, and that fear, she could feel it. When someone pulls away after you give them everything, it's not always because they're ungrateful. It's because too much, too fast makes people feel trapped. It creates imbalance. They haven't had time to miss you, to wonder about you, or invest in you. You've already given them the whole map before they've even decided if they want to take the journey. What feels like devotion to you can feel like desperation to them. And energy like that, it repels. You don't need to prove your worth by giving everything up front. Real connection is a slow burn, not a flood. Take your time. Let people earn parts of you. It's not about playing games, it's about respecting your own value. If you keep overgiving and stay quiet when someone starts to pull back, you teach them it's okay to take and never give. You create a pattern where your love looks like sacrifice and theirs looks like silence. And one day, you'll look in the mirror and feel empty, wondering why your best was never enough. After Eli stopped texting her for a few days, something strange happened. He expected to feel sad, but he didn't. He felt calm, quiet, like he finally had space to think. He started journaling, hitting the gym again, and reconnecting with friends. Days turned into a week. Then, out of nowhere, she texted, "Hey, haven't heard from you. Everything okay?" That one line carried a different energy now, not because she missed his attention, but because he wasn't chasing anymore. He had shifted his focus inward. When she called, he didn't rush to pick up. He took his time. When they talked, he listened, but didn't overshare. He was still kind, still open. But this time, He wasn't bending to make her stay. That shift, it changed everything. Not just how she saw him, but how he saw himself. He learned that silence can speak louder than any paragraph, and that distance can sometimes build more attraction than words ever could. You don't need to be more to make someone stay. You just need to be you, calm, steady, and sure of your own value. And sure of. When you stop chasing, you create space, and in that space, the right ones will come back, not because you begged, but because you became unshakable. Number 2, you let her feel your absence, not just your presence. If someone never gets the chance to miss you, they start to forget why you mattered in the first place. Think about this. You're always the first to text. You show up before she even asks. You're there constantly. Good morning texts, late night check-ins. You listen to her rants, her dreams, her every mood. You're so available that your presence becomes expected, not appreciated. And one day, she stops noticing you at all. You didn't leave, but somehow she stopped feeling your presence. There was a guy named Tariq who fell hard for a woman he met at a friend ES party. They clicked instantly. He gave her all his time. She could call him at midnight or midday. He'd answer. She could cancel plans last minute. He'd reschedule without complaint. If she needed a ride, a vent, a favor, he was there. At first, she liked the attention, said he was different, but weeks later, she stopped replying as often. Tariq felt it. The energy changed, so he tried harder, more thoughtful texts, more surprise gifts, but nothing worked. One night he called and she said, "Hey, can we slow things down a bit?" That crushed him. He asked her, "Did I do something wrong?" She sighed, "No. You're amazing. But I just feel overwhelmed." It made no sense. He was only trying to love her. But that was the problem. Tariq had never let her wonder what it would be like without him. He had filled all the space, so there was no mystery, no contrast, no longing. That night, he didn't beg. He didn't explain. He just went quiet. For the first time, she felt his absence, and it surprised her how loud it was. People don't value what's always around. It's not their fault. It's human nature. When something is rare, we pay attention. When something is always available, we take it for granted. You have to let people feel your absence sometimes, not out of revenge, but out of respect for balance. Space isn't distance, it's dignity. Your silence doesn't mean you don't care. It means you were not here to convince anyone of your worth. Pulling back doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're protecting your energy. You don't have to fill every silence, answer every text, or explain your every move. If someone values you, they'll notice the quiet, and they'll come find you in it. If you never let someone miss you, they'll never appreciate your presence. They'll forget the warmth of your voice, the way you showed up, the peace you brought. And you'll keep giving until there's nothing left of you to miss. You'll become background noise in a life where you should have been the melody. After that night, Tariq made a decision. No more overextending. He stopped reaching out, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. He used that time to rediscover things he'd put aside. His guitar, his gym routine, his boys. He stopped checking his phone every hour, started reading again, sleeping better. Weeks later, she messaged, "I've been thinking about you, miss our talks." He waited, then replied, "Me too, hope you're well." That was it. He didn't rush back. He let the silence stretch a little longer, and she reached again. This time with more warmth, more intention. When they met again, the energy was different. He didn't talk just to fill space. He listened, spoke calmly, smiled more. And she said something he'd never forget. "I didn't realize how much I liked having you around until you weren't." That was his moment. He had found strength in quiet, power in stillness. He learned that your absence can be louder than your voice if you stand tall in it. You don't chase someone into loving you. You walk your path, calm and grounded. And if they look around one day and realize something's missing, let it be you. The version of you that no longer begs, but builds. The one who knows that space creates value and stillness holds strength. Number 3, you level up in silence. Number 3, the best revenge is not rage, not begging, not proving. It's rising quietly. While they're watching your past, you're already building your future. Think about the times you were so focused on proving your worth to someone that you forgot your own potential. You tried harder to be seen, to be loved, to be chosen. You posted more, replied faster, dressed better, not for yourself, but in hopes they'd notice. You weren't living, you were performing. You became so obsessed with their opinion, you forgot your own reflection. And still, they didn't choose you. Jalen had been with his girlfriend for 2 years. He gave her everything, time, effort, love. But slowly she started acting distant. No more excited calls, less eye contact. More scrolling, less listening. He asked, "Is something wrong?" She'd say, "I don't know. Maybe I just need space." So Jalen tried harder. He started dressing better, buying gifts, planning cute dates. But nothing shifted. One day she said, "You're great, but I think I need someone more exciting." His world dropped. He begged, texted long messages, waited for replies that never came. Until one morning, he stood in front of the mirror and saw a stranger. Tired eyes, slumped shoulders, dimmed spark. That day, he stopped chasing. He blocked her number, not out of hate, but healing. He rejoined the gym, started writing again, got serious about his business idea. He stayed silent but busy. Months later, she messaged, "You look different. You seem happy." He replied, "I am." He didn't need her to come back, because by the time she noticed, he had already moved forward. That silence, it wasn't weakness, it was rebirth. Sometimes silence isn't the absence of words, it's the presence of power. When you go quiet, people start wondering. But more importantly, you start healing. You stop explaining yourself to those who never truly listened. You stop shrinking to fit their world and start expanding your own. The pain? It doesn't disappear overnight, but each day you put energy into yourself instead of chasing someone else, you grow stronger. And by the time they look back, they won't recognize who you've become. Don't explain your worth. Don't argue for your value. Level up, in private. While they expect you to break, rebuild, quietly. Let your success be the answer to their silence. Let your new peace be the reply to their doubt. Because some things are louder than words, and growth is one of them. If you don't shift your focus back to yourself, you'll stay stuck in their shadow, waiting, wishing, hoping. You'll build your days around their validation, and one day you'll look back and realize you lost years trying to prove yourself to someone who wasn't even watching. But when you choose you, that's when life starts moving again. After Jalen cut off contact, things got worse before they got better. The nights were quiet, lonely. He doubted himself, but every time he felt the urge to text her, he journaled instead. Every time he scrolled old photos, he worked out instead. He created new habits, morning runs, healthy meals, new books. One day he landed a client for his side hustle, and that gave him momentum. He didn't post to show her. He didn't dress up hoping she'd see. He did it for him. The compliments came. "Man, you've changed. You look different. What's going on?" And one day she saw him at a mutual friends event. She smiled like nothing had changed. He smiled too, but this time he didn't feel a thing because she was part of his story, not the destination. And the man she left behind, he was gone. What stood in his place was someone who learned how to glow from within. You don't win them back by lowering yourself. You win your life back by raising your standards. Let them miss the version of you they thought would never change. And when they look again, let them see someone stronger, someone who didn't just survive, but evolved. Number 4. They pull away. You pull within. Number 4. When they become distant, don't chase. When they become cold, don't beg. That's your cue to turn inward, not outward. You've probably been there. Someone you care about suddenly pulls back. The calls stop. The messages slow down. The energy shifts. And instead of stepping back, you step closer. You start overthinking every silence, replaying every word you said, wondering what went wrong. You double text, you try to fix it, you adjust yourself, hoping they'll return to how they used to be. But deep down, you feel it. They've already checked out. And your effort. It's not winning them, it's losing you. Lena had just started her first job in a new city. Everything was unfamiliar, except for Mark. They'd been talking for a few months before she moved, and in the beginning it felt like magic. Late-night calls, inside jokes, plans for visits. But after she moved, things changed. He stopped calling first. Messages became dry. Plans kept getting rescheduled. Lena tried harder, sent him voice notes, picked out books he liked, even booked a train ticket to visit. But when she arrived, he was too busy to meet. She cried that night in her tiny apartment, far from home, far from him, and worst of all, far from herself. But something broke open in her. She deleted the messages. Not out of anger, but clarity. She realized she was watering a dead plant, so she started new, alone, but not lonely. She joined a hiking group, found a local cafe to write in, and started therapy. 3 months later, she got a job offer at a better company, closer to her dream role. Mark? He messaged one night, "Hey stranger, you've been on my mind." She smiled and never replied. Because she had grown so much, he no longer fit the world she'd built. Sometimes people pull away because they're done. And sometimes they pull away because they want to see if you will chase. And you deserve better than to keep proving you're worthy of love. If you don't pull inward, you'll keep stretching yourself thinner and thinner, until there's nothing left. You'll let their silence narrate your worth. You'll check your phone obsessively. You'll shrink your boundaries hoping they'll stay. And in doing so, you'll trade your peace for crumbs of attention. But when you stop reaching out and start reaching in, healing begins. After Lena deleted the messages, there were days she still missed him. But instead of texting, she walked. Instead of begging, she journaled. She made a list. Things she had let go of, her art, her routines, her joy, and she reclaimed each one. She signed up for a weekend painting class, started meal prepping again, and joined a small book club at her local library. The more she poured into her own cup, the less she needed his to feel full. And something shifted. Her confidence returned. Her laughter felt real. People noticed the glow. She wasn't pretending anymore. She was present. And when Mark reached out, it didn't hurt. It didn't stir hope. It reminded her how far she'd come, because healing doesn't always feel like fireworks. Sometimes it's quiet mornings with no anxiety. Sometimes it's a deep breath without waiting for a reply. Sometimes growth is realizing you don't miss them, you missed you. Let them pull away, let them drift. Your job is not to chase their confusion, it's to protect your clarity. Turn the volume down on the noise and turn the light up inside. Because the most powerful love story starts when you come home to yourself. So, there you have 4 powerful moves that can change the way you approach attraction. Remember, the secret isn't in chasing, it's in respecting yourself enough to let go and let things unfold naturally. When you stop chasing, you start radiating confidence and strength, and that's what makes you truly irresistible. Don't waste your energy trying to hold on to something that's not meant to stay. Trust the process, trust yourself, and watch how the energy shifts. She'll come back, not because you chased, but because you knew your worth. Keep your focus on building yourself up, and let the universe take care of the rest. The right people will always find their way to you. Stay powerful, stay magnetic, and keep thriving. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips on living your best, most magnetic life. See you in the next video.